And now, if you guys want MME to take this game 3, start spamming the chat and make Lifeline's life even more difficult.
Screw you.
So apparently TSM is going to take this by storm, and we're seeing mirror builds. We're seeing mirror builds from both teams. We're seeing 4 sets of boots, fairy charms, and wards alike. And we actually may be seeing a very cheeky invade from Curse right here.
Yeah, this is something that got popularized some months ago, hiding out in this bush and then moving up. And it looks like they're not even going to wait until blue buff spawns. They're moving up, and now it looks like mVicious mashing his face into a wall. He's going to throw his undertow into the bush, making sure no one's there. And oh, if Draven and Morgana decide to move back onto this blue buff, this could be massive. And mMe has no idea that Curse is waiting in this bush right now. I know they're just moving back and forth. I'm holding my breath.
Well, it seems like Skarner may just be starting red anyway. You see him hovering around Wraiths, and with no one spotted out at any port in the map, they may realize, okay, Curse may just be seeing that blue buff, but oh no, is Xmithy going for it? He is.
Oh no, here we go. Ping's going out from Draven and Morgana. They're looking into the jungle, but they're not going to be there. mVicious is just over the wall. He is going to throw out the undertow, is going to land, forcing the flash out from Xmithy, and the nice snare on the mandatory cloud isn't going to be enough. Undertow missing once more. Curse not getting any kills for that. Maybe getting just a little bit too excited. However, mMe is going to have to give up this blue buff.
Well, also 2 flashes being used. Looked like Elements was trying to flash in to land in exhaust and then pick up a kill, but take a look down here, Muffin Cutie and Afro. It looks like they're going to try to pick up Ezreal right off the bat.
Yep, there is the bind onto him, and the damage from Draven is massive. And Morgana's auto attack actually managing to pick up first blood, exhausts out on the Afromu, though mVicious is sticking onto him quite well. The undertow lands, the second one misses. Afromu is able to flash out of there. Now he is turned around, dealing a lot of damage. Yes, he does pick up the kill on the mVicious. Muffin Q barely getting out with his life. Elements moving in, trying to pick up the kill, but Draven on Afromu on Draven, able to pick up the double kill. Now that is how you start a game.
A Draven with an early lead like that, this is going to be absolutely devastating. I'm guessing once Afro decides to go back and buy, you're going to see him taking out half of Sona's health in 1 to 2 axes. That's going to be terrifying in that lane. Even though that Ignite and Flash are down, all they need is 1 bind, and then Afro goes to town.
Yeah, Afromu, this is what they wanted to do originally. Land those bindings and really get aggressive. Muffin Cutie in the last game did a good job of landing the binds, but the damage just wasn't there. And look at this top lane. Westerice actually having Ignite use on him, forced to use Flash. Ball's really throwing his weight around, smacking Westerice with that shovel. There's just nothing that Aurelia can do this early on in the game.
And mVicious picks up his own blue buff now, so that's going to make Skarner's life incredibly
In the meantime,
tough.
mid lane, Ignite going out in the Nightjackie, but is it going to be enough? The last auto attack goes out. No, the health potion barely keeps him alive. So mandatory cloud, also very low. He uses Shumpo in and uses a nice, Sinister Seal, her new ability. Somewhat new, able to pick up the kill there. Zyra's passive not quite able to finish mandatory cloud off. mMe starting this game off incredibly strong.
And Afromu, I forgot to mention, he got that blue buff off of mVicious as well. So he's going to have those Qs up a lot quicker, and at the same time, he's going to be able to spam all of his abilities a lot more because he essentially has an infinite mana pool. And even though Ezreal is very good with mana management and whatnot, because his abilities are fairly cheap, it's really hard to deal with someone that's this bursty and can spam out that frequently.
Yeah, blue buff on AD carries is always very strong. It's not something you usually think about, but on most AD carries, it allows them to really throw their weight around. However, huge minion wave going to allow Cop to sort of burn through Afromu's blue buff and survive this a little bit better than he would have otherwise. Blue buff is going to time out very soon.
Westerice being somewhat aggressive in the top lane. Do you mind taking a quick look to see if he has any sort of bonus health regen besides his health potion?
Oh yeah, of course, as long as he doesn't die. Okay. So let's see, his health regen per 5 is 10 without the health potion. It's 60 with the health potion. But so he has 10 health regen per 5.
So it doesn't quite seem like he's running health regen Quince, but maybe running the Mastery, and health regen against Yorick is incredibly good, because Yorick, just like Sona Ezreal, is all about that poke damage, whittling someone away until they're kind of on their last licks, and then jumping in, using a Ignite, and popping a couple more ghouls to clean them up. But it seems like Westray is actually doing fairly well, cutting the ghouls under the tower, using his hitting style, which will give him some health regen on hit, to slowly but surely heal up as he maxes that skill out. And
now what's really bot lane, oh, the binding just barely missing. If that had landed, that would certainly have been a kill for Afromu, and that's the point of this bot lane. But something important to note is the CS of Yorick and Aurelia. Even though Aurelia is getting harassed out very badly, she's only 3 CS behind. That's a good lane for an Aurelia. However, she is taking a lot of damage from Balls. Is he going to be going for this? No. Balls playing this safe, trying to harass him out, and I think, yes, Westerice is finally going to be forced to back. However, St. Vicious in the bot lane moving through, but a ward is there. Draven and Muffin Cutie, Afromu and Muffin Cutie don't want any of this. Now it's just going to, nope, St. Vicious, he suspects that there is a ward in the bush. He's going to go ahead and back. Not quite able to take advantage of that red buff. Ooh, a nice binding just to annoy St. Vicious. Make him take as long as possible in this lane. Burn through that red buff as much as he can.
Surprisingly enough, even though Skarner was denied his blue buff, he's actually ahead of St. Vicious in the jungle. They both picked up Phosphorus Stones, but Skarner is now 8 CS ahead of Olaf, and that's going to be very interesting. He's going to be reaching that level 6 most likely a little bit sooner. We're going to be seeing some very, very potent ganks coming out in the next minute or so.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all. Olaf is just going to go ahead and farm. Skarner farming as well. He's moving in. Blue buff is coming up just about now. Something nice about having Katarina in the mid lane is that you can donate that blue buff to your jungler instead. And that means Skarner is getting blue buff. Skarner with blue buff is a very, very happy Scorpion. Usually he doesn't get it, has to build mana regen to make up for that, but his ganks are going to be that much more potent if he can get blue buff. And that also means he is going to get Impale as soon as he finishes it off. And that is when we're going to start seeing these ganks. In the mid lane, St. Vicious was looking for a gank, but nothing really happened. Katarina was already backing, I believe.
Interesting enough, the Curse has that Olaf pick, as we do see, and Olaf is a soft counter to Skarner because Olaf can instantly ult out of that Skarner grab, so that's going to limit the number of people.
Oh, Muffin Cutie moving into the Tribrush, going to get caught out by St. Vicious. Ragnarok is popped. He's chasing him down onto this tower. There's a Black Shield to try and stop the slows. A Zyra ultimate coming out is going to knock Afromoon into the air. Now Cop is dealing a lot of damage with the ultimate from Draven going to hit St. Vicious. Not on the way back, though. Both Nijaki and St. Vicious are forced to flash over the wall. Binding not going to land on anyone. Mandatory Cloud was there just in case, but nothing's going to happen there. Very, very dicey play coming out from both teams. I think that was some miscommunication on Curse's part. In the meantime, top lane, Westerice diving onto Balls, but they are going to trade kills. I didn't think that either of them was bold enough to do something like that. Balls has been playing this top lane very passively.
That's the goal of the York, just passively for the whole game.
In mid lane, Xmithy landing the Impale on Nijaki. The burst damage from Katarina is massive, and Mandatory Cloud picking up the kill there for herself.
So Katarina is now snowballed. She has 2 kills. Her damage is going to be very much tremendous. We're seeing pings come down towards Curse's blue buff, but it seems like Katarina's going to help Skarner out in taking it. It may actually give Katarina the blue buff. Even though Katarina doesn't have mana, cooldown reduction is so big, but no. Xmithy is actually going to take that blue buff away, not going to allow Mandatory Cloud to have it, and we'll see what the play in the very near future is going to be. My guess is that Skarner's going to keep on camping that mid lane.
That's one of the purposes of Smite, is not just taking your jungle creeps, but taking the enemy jungle creeps. They didn't know where Zyra was or Olaf was, or I also believe that Aurelia was backed as well. They weren't certain exactly where she was, so having Skarner use that Smite to secure that blue buff was a smart idea, I think.
And now we're seeing Mandatory Cloud being incredibly aggressive, even under the tower, because that Shampoo is such a great escape mechanism. Even without any creep around, generally Katarina wants to hold on to a couple of wards. You see, actually, she does have a ward, just in case Olaf sets to run in and say, I want to kill you now.
On now top lane, Westerice showing a lot of aggression to Balls right now. Both of them are life-stealing. Both of them are doing too much damage to go through it. There's ultimate from Aurelia. Olaf is trying to chase down onto him. He does have Ragnarok available if he wants to, but Westerice and St. Vicious both going to be just forced to back off. Balls healing up with that Hunger Ghoul, Omen of Famine. on top of his health potions. He's going to be just fine in the meantime. Xmithy moving around in the bot lane. However, Draven and Morgana are not there. He is searching for wards right now. He has picked up an early Oracle's Elixir.
Oracle's and Boots 5, so he's going to be a ward-killing machine. And is his flash up? It's not quite up yet, but he's so fast that elements may not even be able to respond once Morgana and Draven get into range.
So Sona, oh, she's thinking about warding that Tri-Brush. If she gets caught out, Impale is ready. She's only level 4. She would drop incredibly quickly. She's thinking about it. There's the binding from mMe.Cutie out onto, and there is the Impale. The burst damage is massive. Afromove is there as well. Xmithy picking up the kill there. St. Vicious just a little bit too late to help out. And now Mandatory Cloud still not quite able to help out there. Getting very aggressive in this mid lane, pushing this up. Look at the score right now. mMe has 7 kills. Curse only has 1.
And it looks like mMe is now going for Dragon, so it's almost like a repeat of the first game. But one quick note I want to make, as Balls and Weststride duke it out, Skarner kind of danced around when she grabbed Sona, and generally you think you want to pull that person as far away from safety as you can. But what Xmithy did was he danced around, so right when not X Special, that's the wrong player, but right when Elements came out of that little shell, the little cocoon that he gets placed in, he tried to flash over the wall, but because...
Now, hold on a second, sorry, Balls was chasing down on the Westrise. He was tower diving, but he decided it was a poor idea. Yeah, so that was almost a tower dive.
But because he danced back and forth, Elements didn't realize that he was just out of flash range, and so Elements blew his flash and still was taken out because he didn't quite make it over the wall.
I see. So we do have mMe.Cutie and Afromu pushing on to Cop and Elements right now. They are really pressed up against this tower. There's just nothing they can do. Cop, though, farming relatively well. It is really not a place you want to be.
Huge aggression in the top lane, though.
Yeah, there is the ultimate coming out from Balls that is going to be enough to pick up the kill. Nice ultimate. That extra damage and damage reduction from that ultimate was just enough to keep him alive through that. Now, something important to note is the Revenant that Yorick creates does count towards his passive. So all of that together was just barely enough to keep him alive. But St. Vicious flashing in misses the undertow thanks to a nice flash from Balls. I cannot get over his name. So there. Hello.
Hey, sorry about that. Actually, the family member that I was supposed to go pick up earlier, she has arrived. I was saying hi to her, but anyway, I didn't quite catch the point you were saying, but I'm very impressed with this Yorick play because it generally does fairly well against Yorick, but he's actually waiting to pop those ghouls in between creep getting low.
Oops, sorry. It looks like my co-caster is a little bit preoccupied.
Alright, sorry.
We do see Olaf has picked up an Oracles for his team. Xmithy still is wearing the one that he has. They're just burning through these wards in bot lane. Poor Elements and mMe.Cutie, they just cannot keep those wards up. Meantime, Ball's is he moving down from mid lane? No, he's just going to ward. Aurelia is moving through Red Team's jungle. mMe might actually get caught out here. Xmithy going to run right into Westrise. He is popping the ultimate and the slow. The Impale goes out to try and save his life. An ultimate from Mandatory Cloud is going to do a lot of damage to Westrise. Is going to be able to pick up the kill. No! Xmithy just barely getting out, but Zyra throwing a lot of burst damage onto Mandatory Cloud. St. Vicious popping Ragnarok, but he is going to decide to back off anyways. Not quite enough mana to do all that he wants to do. Ultimate coming out from Ezreal. It's not going to find anyone.
And I'm very surprised to see Westrise, even after diving so many times, trying to secure those kills, every single time the person he's gunning for just barely gets away. Everyone's just under 50 health, and that's an auto attack, especially that really if she has a hidden style up, that's less than an auto attack because of that huge amount of true damage she does provide. But as you see, every single time she's dying, she's falling further and further behind, and I really wants to farm as much as she can to get to that big late game state that everyone fears her for, but Balls did a very nice job with shutting her down between the ignites and baiting with his ghouls.
Yeah, something unique about Aurelia is even though she is not ranged, even though she doesn't go in the bot lane, she is still somewhat considered a carry because of her incredible late game potential, similar to the way Jax is. And so they could, even though our laning phase is strong, they could just say, oh yeah, let's drag this out to late game. But Westrice, as you said, is having a lot of trouble farming with balls there on Yorick. St. Vicious moving around in the jungle, trying to find some wards, not finding any. He looks like, yes, he is going to move on to Mandatory Cloud, but not quite confident enough to throw out the undertow. He's just going to keep going. In the meantime, bot lane, Smithy coming in for an engage. Elements is going to fall. Wow, Draven's damage is just massive. All it takes is one binding to finish that off. Why don't you go ahead and rewind that so we can see exactly how that kill went down?
I caught the very end of that kill just before someone did go down, and we're seeing a huge engage once again in the top lane. Yorick taking out Westrice, and this time without any issue. Balls is just steamrolling through her now, having the Kindle jump for the cooldown reduction, and there's a tower dive.
Lane, Cop falling to the massive damage from Aframu. Now they're chasing after St. Vicious. Smithy slowing down St. Vicious, and the ultimate and auto attack from Draven. Being played by Aframu, picking up the kill for himself there. That is a 5-0 Draven. That is a 3-1 Yorick with Mana Mune. That is a 3-0 Katarina. Right now, MME is in the driver's seat of this game. They are up 7,000 gold.
I wouldn't even say driver's seat. I think that they hired a driver with all this gold that they've been picking up. It's just they're riding around in their fancy car. It's just, yeah, we're just going to cruise control through this game. Let me know when we're done.
Yeah, right now they are just playing phenomenally. This is what we wanted to see from this team composition last game. This is what they were trying to do. Get those picks off, land the bindings, get the impales off, and pick off enemies before they can do anything. They needed a strong laning phase before, and they didn't quite get it. Curse was able to play just too smart, but this time MME definitely doing everything they need to do in order to carry this game into potentially a mid-game victory.
And so it'll be interesting to see what MME wants to do, because at this point they could group up as 5 and just start tower diving with all the items that they have. They have Australia's now. He just picked up on Skarner. Yorick, he's so far ahead, he's not even going tanky. He picked up a Brutalizer for more cooldown reduction, armor pen, so he wants to actually be a huge force of damage.
Yeah, this is unique to Yorick. Usually you see them just go straight tank as soon as they get that Mana Mune for their damage, but Ball's right now so far ahead. He has 40 CS and he has 3 kills. He has 40 CS over Aurelia and he has 3 kills. I think that this one time that we are seeing this Brutalizer on Yorick is a good thing. And now look at this, MME totally ready for this dragon, just spawned, picking up the second dragon of the game, no contest at all.
At the same time as the dragon's going down, Westrice in Curse's jungle, counter-dragging this red buff, trying to do anything she can to do any sort of damage, and St. Vicious getting ripped to shreds by Balls.
Yeah, look at that. He is under his tower, but Balls is still chasing alongside his Revenant. There is the Hunger Ghoul, but a nice flash out from St. Vicious is going to keep him alive. Now Nijaki trying to stop Balls from killing St. Vicious. The Ghoul is going to be able to pick up the kill. Westrice now coming in to try and shut him down. There's the Blade Surge. There is the slow, and Nijaki picking up the kill with a nice Deadly Bloom.
That's a big shutdown. Zarya getting the gold that she's needed, because getting camped by Skarner and Katarina was so detrimental to her build. Even though, take a look at that farm though. She still managed to stay up 166, Katarina with 184. And surprising to see that even though Curse has kind of been shut down, no gold pretends on that mid lane.
Oh no, X-Mix flashing in and ulting onto Elements. The damage is massive and she is going to fall, but not before using her ultimate. Mandatory Cloud jumping under the tower to do as much to... she actually manages to pick up the kill on Ezreal, but is chased out from under the tower by Nijaki. Now Westrice actually coming in, trying to clean up Mandatory Cloud, does manage to get it, but nice stun from Muffin QD is going to pick up the kill. Ignite is burnt on her, but she's going to be just fine. St. Vicious being focused down by Aframu with red buff is going to be able to pick up the double kill.
That is just so Draven. 7-0 on Aframu.
Smith going out. Yes! The return is going to land, and that is another kill for Aframu, but the Zyra passive killing.
It's been a freebie. He said, alright, here, I've kind of been ripping through you guys, take this one for free. I mean, I already have mate in 1. It's faster to just have you kill me than to hit B and go back and buy. So I can sit there, I can lazily sit through my death timer, carefully decide what item I want to go with next, because you never know. He may try to go for that Blood Razor like he was gunning for last game.
Oh, so apparently Aframu had alt-tabbed.
Essentially a freebie.
So right now, look at this. mMe has complete control over Curse's jungle right now. Balls is literally just stealing blue buff entirely on his own. He is not frightened at all. Picks it up, no problem. Actually pops his ultimate for funsies, I guess. Gonna go on that 70-second cooldown. He's going to return top lane, and I think finally he's going to finish up that tower while the rest... Oh no, I may have lied. xMithy uses Australia's to try and get out, but Westrise is taking onto him. There is the Impale going out to pull him into the rest of his team, but he is able to get out of there. xMithy with Oracles doesn't want to fall. Undertow misses, but St. Vicious is chasing in onto him, and yes, Elements is actually managing to pick up the kill. Nice Tower ultimate is going to land onto Muffin Cutie, but he has used Black Shield to try and save himself. Is it going to be enough? Undertow lands and picks up the kill. In the meantime, Draven hanging around to mid lane. Nope. Curse is going to disengage from this, and I think they want to go for Baron. They are. They're doing it as a last-ditch effort. Ward is over the wall, but Balls is getting burst down massively. There's ultimate from Draven, though, landing on so many people. Elements is getting dangerously low. Nijaki is going to fall, or not Nijaki. Nijaki is going to get out okay. However, Draven picking up the kill on Ezreal. Westrise landing the stun. Mandatory Cloud cleaning up near the Baron pit, near top tower. Alframu still chasing down onto Westrise. I don't know if he's going to be able to catch up.
He is dead set on killing Westrise. Westrise ran through a ward. Let's see, the flash is not quite up on Draven. He actually used it a while ago. I was looking at Yorick's flash, and oh man, he really wanted to make something out of Westrise. Just turn him into mincemeat. And like you were saying, that was most definitely a last-ditch effort from Curse, because now look at the gold lead on mMe, 12.3k.
There usually isn't any coming back from that. I wouldn't be surprised to see a surrender vote coming out really soon, but this is the last game in the best of 3. There's no morale to break anymore or try to preserve. I guess they still just want to try and fight this out, and I think that it's a long shot. But if they can get just the engagement that they need, they may be able to pull this out. However, the way that mMe is playing, I don't know. I don't know that they're going to be able to pull this one out. And in fact, Muffin Cutie and Alframu are coming out from behind Elements. One axe, dealing so much damage. But look at that, Alframu just ripping through Elements. And now Ezreal, being played by Cop, actually gets impaled. The rest of Curse is there trying to back him up, but Cop is going to fall. Nice Hour ultimate is going to knock up Alframu and xMithy, but it's not going to be enough. Westrise getting burst down very quickly, but Draven does fall in the meantime. Binding somehow missing Nijaki, xMithy barely getting out there alive, and now the damage from Mandatory Cloud on Katarina. Just way too much. Bursting Nijaki from 100 to 0. Now, St. Vicious popping the ultimate, getting the kill onto xMithy, who had not quite backed yet, but now he is in a tight spot. Lands the slow, but the binding does hit, and Shumpo into Sinister Seal, picking up another kill from Mandatory Cloud. This is an 8-1 Katarina and a 12-2 Draven.
And all the while, this pure DPS Yorick pushing down the tower. So Yorick even has Berserker's Greaves, just to add insult to injury. It looks like the Phage going to pick him up for a Triforce. And usually the Yorick with a tanky build, he can still do a fair amount of damage, but if we actually manage to see him go into a 1v1 up against Irelia, Westrise will absolutely melt.
So Westrise going to try to chase Balls off this tower. Balls just doesn't care. He's going to sit there like, you can't kill me. I'm already dead.
227 attack damage on Yorick and
so
building.
Balls actually managing to completely burst Westrise down. The slow ghoul is out. Is he going to be able to keep going? A nice stun is going to keep her alive. In the meantime, Elements somehow picking up the kill on the Mandatory Cloud. I'm not sure what did that. Did you spot that?
On Mandatory Cloud, she actually dove just under the tower and into 3 champions, which got him picked off.
Oh, in the meantime, Balls picking up another kill onto Nijaki. Or excuse me, that might be his first kill on Nijaki. Either way, he has 5 under his belt already. Hard to keep track of everyone that mMe has killed. They are on such a rampage. 29 kills to Curse's 10.
And just the raw damage is absolutely incredible to see.
So landing the Impale onto Elements, and Draven is going to completely burst him down. Yep. The rest of Curse just doesn't want to even want to deal with it. Elements lamenting in chat, why me? Why?
I have chat hidden, so we can't exactly see what's going on, but
chunking down St. Vicious. Is Cop going to be able to take him down in the meantime? No Afro move picking up the kill for free, but Westerice is now jumping onto Afro move. The damage is going to be enough. Yes, Westerice picks up the kill, but now xMithy dealing a lot of damage to Westerice. The Permaslow is out, but Nijaki is there, landing a nice snare and allowing Cop to pick up the kill while keeping Westerice alive.
Yeah, but now, while all this is going on, Curse is going to be able to farm just a little bit, but now Afromu and Smithy are back to buy. Just take a look at the items that they have right now. Smithy is going for a Frozen Heart after his Aegis of the Legion. Zyra, Raben's Death Cap. Will of the Ancients, it looks like it's going for a Deathfire Grasp. Where is our Draven, our hero of the night? Infinity Edge, Bloodthirster, Phantom Dancer, and possibly going to a Guardian Angel next.
So Dragon is up. Mandatory Cloud looks like he's just going to solo this. No problem.
You just missed Nijaki stealing the blue under Yorick's nose.
No! Good job. Yep, Balls does not have Smite. In the meantime, though, Mandatory Cloud picking up that Dragon.
They're not too worried about that Smite being down. Actually, well, you're talking about Katarina having Smite. I don't know where I was going with that one. But with this huge gold lead, at any point in time, if enemy managed to land one kill, we could be seeing them go for a very fast Baron.
Now look at this. Curse has actually split Balls off from the rest of his team. A nice snare is going to land, and he is not tanky enough to deal with this. Westerice picking up the kill there. A little bit of revenge.
Here's a revenge, at the same time, that clone from Yorick onto Draven makes all the difference in the world. Combine that with Yorick's raw damage as well. That's a huge amount just coming off from two champions. With Yorick being gone, even though Yorick isn't their main tank at this point, it's gonna make enemy maybe.
Australia's looking for someone to grab. Sorry to interrupt you, but he is going to get snared and chunked down. Zyra even popping the ultimate for it, but a nice ultimate from Draven is going to go through the entire team. Yes, St. Vicious is going to fall, and now Westerice is in a very bad spot. He falls to Katarina. Katarina has a double kill right now. Element's flashing over the wall to try to save herself. Cop flashing away as well, but there is the Shumpo to award, picking up the triple kill. Nijaki missing the snare, but the slow from the little plant is going to be enough. A nice Q from Nijaki, barely not able to pick up the kill. In the meantime, Muffin Cutie coming around and picking up a kill for herself. And Nijaki bursting her down anyways, and Afromu showing his strength as well. Kills back and forth. At the end of the day though, that is an ace for MME, excuse me.
You almost called him MTW. I heard that. I saw it sneaking out. I won't tell anyone though. 20,000 people did not just hear you call them MTW. It's okay.
Nope, no. Hey, what team? I don't know who they are. Anyways. Oh no, Afro actually landing the sand aside onto St. Vicious, slowing him down. Mandatory Cloud jumping to a minion, try to get close enough, and now Westerice is going to punish her for that. The damage from Draven and Katarina are massive. Westerice still picking up the kill onto Mandatory Cloud, but Afromu picking up the kill on Westerice in response.
I'm guessing MME is now just ignoring Baron. They know how much of a lead they have. Their goal is just to push, most likely another inhibitor, and then say, alright, now 2 inhibitors down, 2 sets of super minions coming into play, we can safely go for Baron, or at least stall. We can kind of play around at Baron, dance back and forth, and then at least 1 or 2 people will be forced to go back and try to farm those lanes, push them back out, and then when that play does happen, we can take this huge game objective, and in turn take the win.
Yeah, I'm surprised that MME decided not to go for Baron. Excuse me, let's see. Did Baron fall in that first fight? I do not believe anyone picked up Baron.
There's been no Baron fight or contestation yet. Just kind of dancing around saying, alright, we could potentially do it. Oh no, Curse is here, so we're going to back off and just keep taking objectives.
Yep, now Muffin Cutie actually being caught up by St. Vicious. He is going to burn the ultimate, try to catch up to her. The ultimate coming out from Ezreal, trying to do a little bit of extra damage. St. Vicious is just going to stick on the Muffin Cutie as well as he can.
Those dodges!
Juking through the bushes is really going to keep him alive. Now Balls and xMithy have come into this fight. There was a nice Sona ultimate to try and lock them down, but xMithy is still going to be able to pick up Cop, and now, yes, he is going to pick up Olaf as well. Westerice chasing down onto xMithy. A nice black shield going to keep him alive. The ultimate from Mandatory Cloud doing enough damage to try and keep him alive. Zyra, in the meantime, falling in a separate fight down lower.
And her passive managed to clean up Yorick just shortly after. And are we seeing, I hear chatter going on, I'm not sure if it's a surrender, but MME should most likely be able to easily take at least a tower inhibitor, potentially even the game. But 30-second timer on 2 champions, 10 to 15 on the other 2, that's not going to be likely, but with this inhibitor most likely going down in the next couple of seconds, we could be seeing MME backing and then swiftly taking Baron.
These fights are really difficult to sort of watch because they're going in MME's favor. And what I mean to say by that is they are doing a great job of taking these fights and splitting them up. That's where they want to be. They want to have Katarina, after her ultimate is burnt, they want her to pick off these targets because they want her to just get that Shunpo reset. Wow, the damage on St. Vicious is massive. And yes! What is his ultimate's name? I want to say it. The Whirling Death, picking up the kill onto St. Vicious. Alphromu is just so far ahead right now.
Look at Alphromu's item. He actually picked up a frozen heart
Oh no, Mandatory Cloud jumping in with the ultimate, almost completely bursting down elements. A nice stand aside is going to, or is it, is going to keep Muffin Cutie alive, barely missing with the Ezreal ultimate. Now Alphromu showing his strength onto Westrice. The stun goes out, but a nice impale is going to keep Westrice from taking down Alphromu. In the meantime, Katarina cleaning up. The Sona ultimate misses, but she is going to be able to pick up the kill on Katarina anyway, and now Alphromu and Smithy cleaning up another ace for mMe. This is most certainly GG. What dominant play we saw from mMe today.
Well, actually, that Sona ult, I thought it missed too, but it turned out it was just bugged. She managed to catch Katarina mid-air, I guess, and she's St. Vicious getting completely torn to shreds. Once again, she was brought back to where she tried to jump onto Sona, and then Sona cleaned up that kill. I too thought that was a bug, but it seems like there are a lot of bugs in this recent patch.
Yeah, a lot of spectator bugs too. This has been a little bit frustrating. Either way though, mMe picking up this best of 3.
Yeah, very nice job, mMe. Well played by Curse as well. It's just mMe managed to have those team fights fall into their favor in all of these games. So here we go. We get to see the victors, the gold totals, and the final builds. Ezreal just managing to eke out a